That's 25.
Oh, you
There
probably,
you go. Yes.
electronic.
Yes, sir. I saw you in the video. Last Wendy was with somebody else. And I don't mean to bring those items out tonight. So how did everybody enjoy that meal? That was good, yeah. Round of applause, it's great. Yeah. So, 25 years ago, I stood before a lot of you tonight, and I may have been a little bit hard on my parents. May have roughed them up a little bit. Might have roughed them up a little bit. But I'm here to tell you that tonight, that was 25 years ago, and the wounds have healed. So
A lot more has happened.
I think we can start fresh tonight, right? That's right. Oh, hey. How you guys doing? Guys doing good tonight? Ashley, please. As always. Yeah. Through work, I'm going through an accreditation process to become a triple P practitioner, which means that I will be delivering parenting skills in the community. And in my course of studies, in my research, I have come to realize that my own parents have made a lot of mistakes. I couldn't believe. Well, that's good, that's okay. They meant well. That's good. They tried, and it's the best you can hope for, right? So, but my dad, my dad's my buddy. My dad's my pal. He's my best friend to this day. We share a lot of the same common interests, music and books. But I remember the early years, being in the basement. My dad'd be fiddling around with electronics, wiring up on TV boxes, and I'd be off to the side, smashing my dinky cars in a vise with a hammer. Quality father and son time. You can imagine that. Listen, I'm talking now. I'm pretty sure I may have set some things on fire too when I was in the basement. So, while I wouldn't call it like neglectful parenting, it was on the cusp. Let's just say it was on the cusp. That's all good, My dad wasn't the disciplinarian. He wasn't the heavy. That wasn't his thing. That wasn't his thing. My mom would send him upstairs to discipline my sisters because, I wouldn't take the blame for anything. So it'd be my sisters. So he'd go upstairs and he'd whack the side of the chimney with a belt. And then he'd be feeding them hot rods out of his pocket. But that's good. My dad, if most of you know my dad, he's a man of few words. He's a listener. He listens and he hears everything. He listens. We'd be sitting around the house as kids, and in the other room we'd be having a serious discussion, a debate about something, which in my family didn't happen very often. But it happened. And Dad come in the room, and he'd just come in and he would just stand there. And he'd give you one of these. And when he finally spoke, you better be sure it had merit, it was right on the money, and it was probably the right thing. So, but my mom, My mom, she was a disciplinarian. She was the heavy. She had no problem with that. And when we were growing up, when mom told you to do something or not do something, you figured probably be best to follow through, because probably not good things would happen to you if you didn't. So you followed through. But my mom had some impressive moments as a parent. True story. We were sitting around the house one night, and it was evening time, and we're sitting around. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, we hear 2 eggs hit the window. Splat! Splat! And mom, in one swift motion, grabs the keys to her K car, heads out to her car. I follow her, and she chases down the thug who just egged our window. So now she's got him in the top of a driveway, and he's cornered, and he's crying. And she just cranks down her window slowly and says, "Get in." And the kid gets in. It's in the car. And then she takes him back to our house, feeds him cake, and calls his parents and tells them all about what happened. Like, that's mafia behavior. Is it not? That's impressive. I didn't need comic books or superheroes growing up when I had mom.